I'll tell you what high school is like in the countryside. Even the students who look like delinquents are my friends. Yo! The guy with the ducktail haircut is the son of the fish market owner who I used to play with when I was young. And the guy next to him was the son of an okonomiyaki restaurant owner. I go there at least a couple of times a month. Oh, I, by the way, am Taiyo Asano, a freshman in high school. I'm the only son of a businessman. I'm the eldest son, born from an easygoing mother who's a housewife, and a shy father. I expected my life to change once I got into high school, but it was peaceful, and like an extension of middle school. Well, maybe that's just how it was in the countryside. I wanted to at least find one girlfriend now that I was a high schooler, but there currently isn't a sign of anything or anyone like that in my life. Everyone around me was far from that life too, and so I was far from having a romantic life. You don't get to meet too many people in the countryside.
Morning. Hey, Taiyo, I have big news. Big news.
The girl who came into the classroom full of energy is my childhood friend, Mahiru Hoshikawa. We've been close since kindergarten, and she's basically a childhood friend. Still, as people who live in the countryside, both of us had many childhood friends. Ugh. You're so energetic in the morning, Mahiru.
We don't have time for that. My mom is a teacher here, right? So I heard something amazing.
I bet it's about how the Fujihara household gave birth to their 6th child or something.
Gosh, that's not even big news. Besides, there's nothing else to do in the countryside other than to do the deed anyway.
Hey, don't say things like that in this time and age. You're gonna get cancelled.
But it's true.
Apologize! Apologize to everyone who lives in the countryside!
The praying mantis that walks along the road does it more than the people.
They're suffering from parasitic worms, don't you know?
Ugh, I hate bugs.
I'm surprised you're surviving in the countryside.
That's because you're here, Taiyo. Wait, that's not what I wanted to talk about. A transfer student is coming.
Our classmates in the room began to murmur from Mahiru's shocking statement. I also froze for a moment from her words.
Plus, she's a girl who moved here from the city. It's a city girl!
Don't talk about her like she's from a foreign land. But why to the middle of nowhere?
Do you think she has a phone? We still use pagers.
If you keep making fun of the countryside like that, the entire town is going to shun you.
What? We're not going to shun her. I want to be friends with her.
I was talking about you, stupid!
Do you think she smells good? The city smell.
We have to do something about you first. I'm going to introduce the transfer student today. Make sure you're all nice. You can choose any seat you like, okay? If you have any problems, come talk to me right away. Oh god, even the teacher is clearly acting differently.
That's the city aura, Taiyo. In the city, $1 is 150 yen, and the ramen is like $30, right?
$1's still 150 yen in the countryside, stupid. Why is the countryside operating on dollars? But she really is super beautiful. She's like an adult.
She's like a princess. You don't see girls like that around here.
If only you were that calm.
You can't live in the countryside with that kind of soft attitude.
You two right there! Be quiet!
My name is Mitsuki Yano. Nice to meet you all.
Yano-san bowed her head with a clean posture, and everyone cheered. The boys were already captivated. She became popular immediately. Still, she was completely out of my league, so it was none of my business.
I actually came to this school for a reason. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. I finally saw you again. Taiyo Asano, my dear husband, please marry me.
What? What? No, hold on a second. What? Hey, Taiyo! What the hell does that mean? How am I supposed to know? Yano-san, right? You shouldn't joke around like that.
It's not a joke. See? Our marriage documents.
Everything is filled out perfectly, isn't it? Wait, that's not it!
We were able to get married at 16 until last year, but still, the man has to be 18 years old, so we have to wait 2 years either way. How unfortunate.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to say.
I know, you wanted to talk about our new home, right?
Absolutely wrong!
Land is cheaper here, unlike the city, so I don't think we have to worry about the number of rooms for our kids.
That's not what I'm talking about either! I would love for someone to explain. For some reason, Yano-san, the transfer student, was confessing her feelings, or more like proposing to me. I guess the city's much more advanced. The people there get their allowance from sugar daddies.
What? We are shunning you! Spit it out, Tayo. It was a dating app, wasn't it?
It's not! I've never even used dating apps in the first place!
Well, what is that transfer student talking about then?
I'd like to ask the same thing. There was a lot of commotion in the classroom after that. My childhood friends had suddenly become unfriendly, and it was a big mess. Not only that, but Yano-san asked me to marry her every time I bumped into her. I quickly became a celebrity in the school too. In a bad way. I was exceptionally surprised when she was waiting for me in front of the bathroom.
So what are you gonna do, Tayo? Do you like Yano-san?
We just met. I don't think I can get into that mindset right away. If anything, she made a huge mess of my life. So I think I'm not a huge fan of her.
That's true. There's no way such a beautiful girl would be a match for you anyway.
Oh, you're hurting my feelings by being so straight up.
You're more fit for a simple marriage with a childhood friend anyway, Tayo. You start dating for no special reason, get married for no special reason, have kids for no special reasons, and live a decently happy life.
I'd like a little more adventure, though. Either way, what am I supposed to do?
Hey, Tayo, I just thought of a great idea.
Oh, seriously?
Yep, Yano-san should give up on you if we go through with this.
As expected from you, my childhood friend. You're so dependable. After some deliberate discussion with Mahiru, I ended up playing the role of a terrible guy. By showing Yano-san that I was a jerk, we planned to make her hate me. I didn't think much about it at the time, and agreed to Mahiru's idea. But I quickly regretted it. The reason for that was...
You are awful! You said you'd wear a condom!
What? It's none of my business if you get pregnant! Deal with it on your own!
I am still a high schooler. What am I supposed to do?
Shut up! Hey, listen to those guys. I knew they'd do it someday, but... Are you trying to end my social life before you make Yano-san disappointed in me?
Who cares? It's just a difference between being early and doing it later.
Wait, what? What does that mean? I became the #1 asshole in the school, all because I followed Mahiru's plan. In fact, I was already being called to a meeting with my teacher. Even if the plan went successfully, what am I going to do with my reputation that dropped to hell? Mahiru was happy about it for some reason. It was so annoying!
Tayo-kun, even if you're an irresponsible jerk, I'm totally okay with it, okay? I don't have siblings. Families in the countryside have lots of children, right? That's why I'm so excited.
Just because you make that face and say you're excited, I don't know what to do. Yano-san, I appreciate the thought, but it's too early to get married. Besides, why me?
Why do you think?
I was just asking you that.
You're so nice, Tayo-kun. You're not cut out for this asshole act, you know.
Yano-san completely saw through the act. It was probably Mahiru's lack of knowledge, but why me? I sighed loudly. 16 years that I haven't had a girlfriend. I, Tayo Asano, was still hung up over my first love. I promised a girl that I would marry her. It wasn't Yano-san, it was Moon-chan, who I was in the same class with for a year when I was a 4th grader. Moon-chan was physically weak and moved to the countryside with her mother for treatment. She moved back home within a year, but since I was neighbors with her, we were fairly close. But my first love wasn't Moon-chan, it was her mother. "Thank you for playing with my daughter," she would say. She was always kind and gave me snacks. When I came home dirty from playing with Moon-chan, she would fill up a bath for me. I'd completely fallen in love with Moon-chan's beautiful mother.
Tayo-kun, do you promise not to forget about me? Of course not. Now that you're better, let's hang out again, okay? Yeah. Tayo-kun, will you marry me when I grow up? Marry? You want to get married, Moon-chan? If it means that I can be with you forever. If I'm with you forever, Moon-chan, that means I'll be with your mom forever too, right? Sure. Let's get married. Yay! Thank you, Tayo-kun. I promise to come back here, okay? I'll be waiting for you too, Moon-chan. Goodbye, Tayo-kun.
And so, our friendship ended after only 1 year. Mahiru and I were in different classes at the time, so she doesn't know much about Moon-chan. In the first place, Mahiru, who was very lively and active, was the complete opposite of Moon-chan, who was quiet and reserved. They weren't the type of people to even play together. The faint memories of my first love and the promise of marriage gradually faded away in my hectic daily life. All that was left were the feelings I had for my first love, that I hid deeply within my heart.
How's school, Mitsuki-chan? Is it fun? Yeah, I met Tayo-kun again, but I still have a lot of work to do. Gosh, you're always talking about Tayo-kun. Who cares? Besides, I know that Tayo-kun liked you, Mom. Is that so? I'm a little embarrassed. I knew you were seducing Tayo-kun with your sexy body. Listen, sweetie, there is no way I'd do such a thing to an elementary school boy. What are you going to do if Tayo-kun confesses his feelings to you now then, huh? Oh, gosh, if that happens, oh goodness. What's with that look on your face? But think about it, Mitsuki-chan. A girl can't help but get nervous if a wonderful boy chases after her, no matter what age she is. You can't. I'm not going to give him to you, Mom. But Tayo-kun's handsome, so it seems like I have a lot of enemies. Mitsuki-chan, love is always a battle. Whoever steals his heart first wins. What should I do? Mitsuki-chan, it's common knowledge since ancient times that a woman's biggest weapon is her body, don't you know? If only Tayo-kun was a womanizer and a complete jerk.
And so, the Yano household had a troubled night once more. Her mother was the one who suggested the Feel the Butterflies Operation Sudden Marriage documents. But I wonder if she'll ever realize that her idea was a mistake. The Yano household was shrouded in mystery. You said we were going to have a meeting to talk about our plan, but your strategy isn't working at all.
That's so weird. Besides, why does Yano-san like you that much?
I want to ask the same question. After completing Operation Jerk Who Got His Classmate Pregnant, we went with Operation Domestic Violence, Operation Hentai Who Peeks at Girls' Underwear, and Operation Cheap Asshole Who Collects Dimes Under the Vending Machine. But they were all fails. Despite the reactions of those around me, Yano-san's feelings for me didn't change for some reason.
Hey, Tayo, then what if you actually make me your girlfriend or something?
You, Mahiru? I don't think so.
Why not?
I mean, you're just my childhood friend, right? Besides, Mahiru, you don't have boobs.
What did you say? What the hell did you just say, Tayo? Huh? Huh? Are you saying girls with no chest have no rights?
Oh, hold on! I didn't say that!
You basically did, stupid. I don't have boobs? Are you being serious right now? I do. I actually do.
You stupid! What are you doing?
Why don't you pick at your eyeballs and look? These are my
Stop it! Any more than that, and you'll be in violation of the terms and conditions of YouTube! The ugly argument lasted for 10 minutes. Let's act like that didn't happen and look through our photo album.
Who are you talking to?
Come on. Anyway, this is so nostalgic. Oh, it's baby Mahiru. You haven't changed at all. Mahiru was a cutting board since this time.
Gosh, you're so rude. You saw that, so you better take responsibility and make me your wife.
Ah, I'm so sorry.
Anyway, Yano-san acts as if she's met you before, doesn't she? Maybe she's on this photo album. What's wrong, Tayo?
It's this! Mahiru!
Who is this? I was in a different class that year, so I don't know her.
I get it now. I know now! That girl, Yano-san, was actually Moon-chan! When I checked the names written on the album, her name was there! Mitsuki Yano. I couldn't read her name at the time, so I called her Mangetsu-chan. And since Mangetsu means full moon, I started to call her Moon-chan. That means Yano-san remembered that promise.
What? What does that mean, Tayo?
It's true that she and I didn't just meet recently. In fact, I explained everything to Mahiru.
So what? You have a perfect childhood friend like me in your life, but you cheated on me and even promised to marry her?
I want to point out a lot of things, but that sounds about right.
You idiot! What the hell did you do? Tayo, are you really going to marry Yano-san?
Come on. It was a promise from when we were kids.
But you made her a promise, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but...
If you want to bring up promises, I promised to marry you when we were kids too, Tayo.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot. I can't believe you.
Wait, when was that?
We said it all the time when we were in elementary school.
You're joking!
Tayo, me or Yano-san? Who are you going to choose?
That's...
Of course, it's me, right? You even saw my earlier.
I didn't look. I know it's late, but... Will you show me?
Idiot.
Despite what she said, Mahiru was a kind childhood friend who almost showed me. I never would have thought that you were Moon-chan, Yano-san.
Tayo-kun, you remembered.
Yeah. I was looking at my old photos and realized...
So, you remember your promise to me too?
But I thought I'd never see you again. That's why, when we were suddenly reunited, I haven't organized my thoughts yet and...
It's okay, as long as you remember. I'm going to make you fall in love with me more and more from now on.
The person I liked back then was...
Yep, I know. My mom, right?
You knew?
I loved you, Tayo-kun. Of course I'd notice. Even after we separated, I always remembered my promise to you. That's what motivated me and always gave me courage. That's why I came back.
I see.
That's why, I'll say it again. I like you, Tayo-kun. I want to marry you.
That's...
In fact, if you choose me, my mom will come with me as a package deal. Don't you want to get both mother and daughter?
What are you saying?
My mom was making a face too, so I bet you could convince her if you tried. Mine isn't as big as my mom's, but it's still big, so you'd be scoring a huge deal, Tayo-kun.
This is a man's dream.
Hold on a second!
Mahiru?
Oh? Hoshikawa-san. Why are you being so easily seduced?
It's not that easy! I'm having a very serious debate right now!
You were easily seduced by me earlier. You were just so easy. A man's dream? What the hell is that?
But it's a 2-in-1 deal! Of course I'd have to think about...
You idiot! You too, Yano-san. It's unfair of you to use your mom and Tayo's first love to get what you want. But my mother gave me her permission. She did? I'll have to discuss this with my mom once I get home too.
Stop! Stop that!
Either way, Tayo is my husband. I'm not going to give him to you, Yano-san. Me too. I've been waiting to reunite with Tayo-kun my whole life. I'm not going to give him up. Tayo, you can't be seduced by a girl who only has a nice body. Someone like me is more fit to be with you. Forget what she said. She didn't even wait for you. Let's have some fun with you, me and my mom, okay? Tayo and I have a critical mission to save Japan's declining birth rate and aging population. Me too. I'm gonna marry Tayo-kun and have lots of beautiful babies.
Hold on. Hey, you guys! We're getting a lot of attention!
You're a mentally ill stalker woman. You're an overly obsessed childhood friend.
That's Asano-kun, the famous scum.
What? The one who's been rumored to switch from one girl to the other?
I heard he physically abuses those girls too.
He's an enemy to all females.
How did this happen? Thanks to the sudden appearance of a classmate I promised to marry, my school life got caught in the chaos of a hurricane. I became the biggest asshole on campus. Who am I going to choose after this? No one knew the answer to that yet.
You'll choose me, won't you, Tayo? I've been with you all this time. Isn't it an ironclad rule of romance that you choose the main character who you promised to marry when you were young?
Let go of me, you beautiful women!
Stop it! Tayo's mine!
Oh, come on! Who the hell are you? Don't make things any more complicated!